I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share. I prepared some stories from our personal journey in business, and I'm looking forward for the discussion time. I only want to make a short introduction so you understand better where we are coming from and what were the steps that got us here where we are right now. And we are still in a journey. So what I share with you, it's from our personal story. We are still having many challenges, and I will share with you also challenges that we have. But I said it's good at the beginning of discussion to know a little bit about ourselves. So I'm married with Oana. I'm 36 years old. I live in Cluj-Napoca, and together with my wife Oana, we develop more businesses here in Romania in different industries. The biggest business is UTILBEN. This is one of our first businesses that we started in 2006, and actually, it's very fun doing business in Romania because you cannot get bored. We have different challenges, and corruption is one of our biggest challenges here. Actually, what I realized is this problem is not only here in Eastern Europe. We have it all over the world, and you know very well the scandals and the problems we had with Volkswagen diesel emissions in the last years. And for me, it was a shock to see how many millions of machines were sold with software that was a little bit changed and show right the tests. Or I'm interested to see different stories about politicians in Eastern Europe. Romania, maybe it's in the top, but I also see it in Ukraine, Moldova, Albania, Macedonia, and other countries. Politicians that created millions of euros as fortune with money that they cannot explain exactly from their salaries. And the Panama Papers exposed the darkness, secrets of financial world. And I'm also a fan of football, and I was shocked to see FIFA officials that were charged for money laundering and deep-rooted corruption. So what I realized is we have a big problem also here in Europe with corruption. And Transparency International revealed a report that said people perceive corruption something like 65 from 100 as an average score. And this is a big challenge for us. Some countries are doing better than others, but overall we still have a long way to go. And lack of integrity in business environment led to different acts of corruption, bribery, money laundering, and discrimination. And this is not good for the business, because in business you want to have a similar context, and if you are honest, you want to prove that you can do it. And lack of integrity, it's very demotivating for honest business people. So that's why, together with Oana, we want to contribute to a change in the business environment by doing business with integrity and character. We believe that it's possible to create a success business and also achieve success being honest and having strong moral values. Now I'm going to share some photos with my background, with my family, so you understand a little bit better where I'm coming from. I was born in a small city in the northwest part of Romania, just on the border with Hungary. My grandparents were farmers, my parents were also farmers, and my dad wanted me to become a farmer. So I learned from my family that in order to harvest, you need first to plant, and then to water, care for the plants, treat them, be patient, and then reap the fruits and enjoy the results of your work. The first business lessons I learned from my grandmother. I used to sell vegetables with my grandmother in the market, and there it was my first experience with a business directly in the market. And I'm grateful for my grandma She was always honest and sincere with her customers. She was very generous also, and she was always wanting to give a little extra for the money. And in the market, I understood that business actually means relations between people. And if you will treat people correct, they will treat you the same in return. I grew up in Romania just after communism, and I think we have common background here in Eastern Europe. I was 5 years old at the revolution in 1989, and the people with money were mostly corrupt business people. I didn't have too many models of business people with principles and values. And maybe this is because the first businesses were very opportunistic, and they did not take into account integrity or principle or values. So I was still interested in business, and in university, together with Juana, we started our first activity in sales. It was a network marketing business, and we sold cleaning products and vitamins in order to pay for our living here in Cluj, to pay for our rent. And I'm grateful for that, because this helped us dream big. And we learned how to write our dreams down and make pictures of them. And also I learned how to treat rejections. I understood that actually the results will come after hard work. And after university, I, together with my wife Juana, I think it was in 2006, we were working for a water drilling company. We were very blessed with an opportunity to learn business together with a family of entrepreneurs with experience. I was responsible for marketing and sales, and Juana was responsible for finance and operations. The business was very profitable, and it grew very fast, from 4, I think, to 50 people in approximately 2 years. But strangely, it went bankrupt because of the fast growth. The owners were not very prepared to manage the growth and success. Their hearts changed after making a lot of money, and they believed that they deserve a lot of things because they worked so hard. They made no difference between their personal income and the company's income. And after the best year in history, they changed their house, cars, and clothes, and the company started to have cash flow problems. After only 6 months, it went bankrupt. And for me, it was a very important lesson. I learned that money and power can corrupt you. And in business, there will be many times when you will be tempted to follow maybe self-interest instead of doing the right thing. I saw the impact of not respecting the promises and the payments term agreed with your partners and employees. So I understood that keeping your promises in business is very important, because actually business, it's relations between people. And if you want to build a successful business, integrity, it's critical. Just after that, me and Juana, we found ourselves without jobs. We were finally free because we worked very hard, maybe 2 years from morning to evening. But it was a very difficult moment for us because we had no money, we had no jobs. And actually, this challenge was a good context for us to take us out of the comfort zone and help us go to the next step in our career. So that was the moment when I started to think about doing business and trading heavy machinery, because I saw equipment in Germany that we did not have in Romania, and technology regarding road construction and agriculture and farming, and we were way behind with equipment and technology. So I started a business with only an idea in my mind and with great enthusiasm. I was very motivated for the need to take care of my family. And it's interesting that many people believe that in order to start a business, you need money, relations, experience, or business education. The truth is that I started the business with no initial resources, no money, no business qualification or support. I started only with an idea in my mind and with a lot of passion. And it's interesting because we had no money, we had to create something different. We had to come with a different idea because we could not invest in the stock. So we changed the trade business model. We promoted equipment and machinery directly online without having stock, without investing into stock. And it's true, it was very difficult. It took us almost 2 years to convince the first customer to pay 100% in advance for a second-hand excavator from Germany that he only saw in photos. So in this time, many times I wanted to give up. It was very, very, very difficult situation for us, but I'm very grateful because Juana always stood there for me, and she believed in this business idea. And also I was motivated about the dream of building a successful company. So even if we started small, we had big dreams. And after we sold the first machinery, we asked for recommendations. And this is how we grew. We offered great services for our customers. We were honest and professional. At the beginning, we had to do absolutely everything by ourselves together with Juana because we didn't have money to pay any salary. Now I'm grateful. We are a team of approximately 65 people only in UTILBEN. And from one equipment that we sold in the first 2 years, now we sell approximately 2 heavy machineries per day. And I'm very grateful for this journey. Being honest and having strong moral values was our greatest advantage. Most of our competitors here in Romania, they did not keep their promises. And what I learned is when there is a lot of darkness around you, a very small light can be very shining. And this is the main secret ingredient that helped us go into the top of our industry. We kept our promises always, and we made sure that our customers were very satisfied with our services. I remember at the beginning of the business how frustrated I was because we were trying to do business with big dealers from Germany and United Kingdom, and we were treated like Eastern Europeans. Maybe it happened also to you many times when you see that you're treated a little bit different. And the truth is that we don't have a great reputation as a country for integrity and character. But this was not an obstacle to stop us. It was more like a challenge for us to prove that we can be different. And integrity means having a set of values and moral principles that guide our behavior. Knowing the right thing, saying the right thing, and doing the right thing. I'm also a believer, and for me, integrity means respecting Christian principles and values. In essence, for me, those are love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. And I try to respect these two principles for me, and this always has helped me in my personal relations and in doing business. And I try to take this also to our business. So that's why our purpose at UTILBEN is to contribute to a transformation in our society through business done with integrity and character. And it's hard to change a country, but we can have an impact on our employees, on our partners, and on everybody that we collaborate with. And if we start a change from ourselves, then maybe we can influence others to change too. So this is what is driving us and gives us energy and motivates us to go further. I will now like to share some of the challenges and difficult periods. It was not always easy. Doing business in Romania, it's a lot of fun. You cannot get bored. And we went through major challenges, from losing the apartment in the first year of business. We lost our apartment, the down payment of 30,000 euros, everything we had, we lost it in the first year. 3 times our machineries were stolen from our rental fleet. And we had many customers, suppliers, and also employees that wanted to cheat us, and many succeed. At the beginning of the business, I was very afraid. My biggest fear was that we will not survive. It was very difficult. Actually, many businesses start in our region, but maybe after 2 or 3 years they stop, they go bankrupt. So I was very afraid that we will not have enough cash flow. So I was very tempted, even if I had strong values and principles. At the beginning of the business, we did not pay all the bonuses on paper because I was afraid we will not have enough money. And also, maybe now I'm looking, and it's fun for me, but at the beginning of the business, all the licenses, software, everything, we did not pay for them because we said, okay, this is maybe for people in the United States, but here in Eastern Europe, we don't have enough money, so it's okay, we find them pirated edition, and it will be okay at the beginning of the business. So these were some of the challenges that I had at the beginning, but it took me a while to understand that I'm not the owner of the business. Even if I founded the business together with my wife, and we have 100% of the shares, we are still not the owners of this business. We are administrators for a certain period of time, and I have to take good decisions and to lead well. So this perspective of being a good administrator helped me take better decisions. And it was not giving from my money, but it was giving from company's money. And when I realized that I did not bring anything with me into this world when I came, and I will not take anything with me when I go away, so then why not have the trust and live by the values? Because people living by the values and principles, they are more happy in life and more relaxed. And this is what I wanted also for myself. And we made many mistakes. I remember we made mistakes bringing the wrong people in the company that did not have the culture of our organization. I remember once we hired a top performance sales manager, and he was really good. I mean, in sales, he was really good and bringing great results. But after a while, I realized that we don't have exactly the same values. For example, for him, it was not a problem to lie if this was in the interest of the company. And it was very difficult for me to make a decision because I was trying very hard to build a high performance company. And also I wanted to keep our strong values. So I had to choose. And at the end, we end up letting him go. And I learned that honesty, values, and principles are more important than business performance. And in order to keep our values, we had to be willing to miss out some opportunities, because integrity comes with a cost. You will have missed opportunities. You will lose contracts and money in order to keep your values and principles. And as I told you at the beginning, even working with the government and public institutions was a big challenge for us at the beginning, because everybody was expecting bribe, and they were very curious, why don't we want to pay? Why don't we want to sign these contracts with a lot of money? And we had to turn many offers down. And this was always a good chance to explain our great sales guys, why do we do this? And in our business, we are always tempted. We have many temptations. I remember, for example, exactly like cars, the equipment, you have clock on equipment that shows the number of hours. And we bought some machinery from UK, and it showed on the clock 3,000 hours. But in reality, after we tested with the local dealers here, in reality they were 9,000 hours, but the clock was showing 3. And we were tempting to say, look, we bought it this way, let's promote it this way with 3,000 hours. And it was very difficult for us to change in the announcement to put 9,000 hours because we lost a lot of money there. It was totally different price. Also, I remember last year, concrete pump was stolen directly from our yard here in Cluj. And even if we have cameras and everything, it was incredible good operation during the night. Everybody with masks and so on, they came, they took it and they went. 50,000 euros loss. And I was quite relaxed because I knew we had insurance. But it was very interesting that this machine was bought exactly during changing insurances, and it was not covered. And the insurance agent told us, look, you could change the date on the invoice and it will be covered. And we were very tempted to change the date on the invoice because it was 50,000 euros. And I stood with Juana and we discussed. It was very big temptation. And we said, look, we want to trust God that even if we will not get it back, still we want to keep our values and principles. So we did not change the invoice. We did not get it back. The police are still looking for it for 1 year now. And we did not get money from the insurance company. But we are very grateful because we had the courage to keep to our values. And this is not always easy. But values are always tested when you're willing to pay a price in order and to be willing to lose some money in order to keep them. So that's why I'm trying to remain focused on and to have clarity on our values. And that's why for me it's important to have clarity regarding who I am, where do I come from, where I'm going, and what do I leave behind. Because I need clarity in order to understand my purpose in life, my vision, and to be able to make decisions with integrity. Because actually integrity, it's day by day. With every decision we make, will be a lifelong endeavor. So for me, integrity really helped us in business. We are where we are today because of the good name and the good reputation and the strong brand that we built based on the values and the principles.